really into comp climbing. Obviously, they want to make money, and if you're running a business, you probably try to set things that like most climbers enjoy doing.
Human beings.
So you kind of like as a professional athlete, you can, you mostly go to gyms where teams are training, because then the teams are setting for the top athletes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Good. All right, well, Do-Hyun Lee is underway. He was in the boulder finals the other night. Super strong athlete here, and certainly more than capable of doing well here. He had injuries during the Olympics with a shoulder injury. Otherwise, I think he might have done a little bit better there. It's good to see him back in action on the bottom of this wall here. He's got, you know, when you're that good at a boulderer, you know that you've got all that power in reserve if you need it. Is it difficult to transition? You know, I know there's some lead World Cups early in the season, but he will be very much in sort of a boulder phase of training, I guess, at this point. Or will he start to transition into the lead season now?
Yeah, I mean, especially for the first few comps, like Innsbruck and the next maybe Chamonix and even Madrid, it's probably impossible to be like in the shape of your life in lead.
Yeah.
But I think you can still be in a pretty good shape. Like often, I don't know, like a lot of the good lead athletes, if you have done enough lead in your life, you always have this kind of base endurance. And if you have like a really good boulder shape, it's sometimes enough to have like 1 or 2 really good goes a day.
Yeah.
But like not multiple. And what I always feel like, before I have trained a lot of lead, I can't really afford doing mistakes.
Okay.
So if you like mess up a clip, it just gets you pumped because you're not used to it.
Yeah.
But if you like don't mess up, like the boulder power really helps you to do well, and maybe you can even climb almost better than if you like train only lead.
That's so cool to hear it. Like, very rarely do we get athletes in a commentary box who are Olympic medalists, double Olympic medalists like yourself. It's so cool to hear your insights here. All right, Do-Hyun Lee onto these crimps, climbing steadily at the moment. Not quite the sort of, like Yannick just looks incredible out there. Lee is like a little bit more steady, thinking through these moves, but still looking good.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a different kind of climbing style often. I think Yannick just always looks like he's folding up. He's like this explosive, really powerful style. But some people, it doesn't look as easy, but maybe they're just even fresher. Like Jesse, like, I don't know.
Like, Jesse looks like he's going to fall off all the time.
And then he's just like chilling up there.
Yeah. And I've really sort of, he terrifies me and I enjoy watching it all at the same time. All right, Do-Hyun Lee launches left. This is the sort of interesting campusy section. Got to be careful with the feet, though. There are lines of no texture where the black is. And then a toe hook underneath. Looks like he's managed to jam that right toe in. Do you think he'll be hooking with it or jamming with it, or will it be just pressing? It's hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's like kind of a jam, but it's more like heel toe cam. Yeah.
And then that cross indicates the last clipping position before this move. Blocked crimps like we saw in the women's. And pockets to come, and he's going to enter the final section of this men's route as well as Yannick. And lots of time on the clock to do it.
I'm trying to remember what was like looking like a crux for Yannick, but I can't really remember any move looking very hard for him. Probably like, the next few moves are quite deciding, I think.
Cuts loose. Oh, and that's how, this is interesting. Jacopo, one of the setters, was telling me that's what they wanted. This Houdini swap up there. That's what they were trying to force. Really cool.
It's a fun move.
Yeah, we see it in boulder quite often, not usually in lead, in terms of like a move they want the athletes to do. Oh, and a figure four to rest. Are you a figure four fan, or do you tend to avoid them? Is anyone a figure four fan?
I mean, I feel like there's not often the option to do it, so I'm pretty surprised that we have already, this is like the second one that I'm seeing this comp already, so, because there was one in qualifiers. It's not something you see daily usually.
Yeah, all right, so he brings the feet up. He's still got a minute and a half. Trying to fight a bit, So maybe Yannick was just on it. Oh, he falls there.
Okay. I mean, also really impressive and tough sketch.
So he's having a good season so far.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy. He's training in Innsbruck also quite a lot. Like, he's often coming over for like 2 weeks or something training. So actually, just a few weeks ago, I had like a really tough training session with him.
Okay.
Up in the boulder room here. I remember. He's always super psyched.
Nice one. So what can Satone do? Crosses those feet through. Yeah, he's won quite a few medals throughout his career. That gold medal in Bali was the highlight recently.
Yeah, and I think he's probably one of the few climbers who has made all the free finals this year. I think Alberto as well.
Yeah, Alberto, 2 bronze
medals. Not sure
medals.
about Neo. Did Neo make it in
he made it in
Bali?
Wujiang. Let me just have a little look just to remind myself.
He was second in Wujiang. But
yeah, he was 6th in Bali, so he made the
Okay.
finals there. So the music ramping things up here. The DJ's been on form all week. Satone makes good, easy clips here. So plenty of time on the clock for him. You can see our leaderboard with Yannick way up high with the top. They're going to leave 38 plus. These big animal-coloured holds. What do you think of them? I've never seen sort of big volumes like this. You know, they've literally changed the angle of this lead wall. It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what I've heard, like, I think they make it just for this, right? So I think it's quite expensive, and obviously it's like, yeah.
Oh, I see, because they literally have to shape them to the hole.
Yeah,
yeah,
they have to shape them for the wall, I think. And yeah, it's obviously they use them multiple times, so it's not just for one occasion, because they've used it last year as well. I don't know, you probably remember the leopard.
I remember how multicolored it was.
Yeah, I think the blue and black is new.
I think you're right with that, yes.
So we will see it next year again, I guess.
Our toys to play with for the Innsbruck wall, I like it. Yeah, you can see the angles there on our wall.
I mean, yeah, it makes it just look even fancier, I feel like. So, yeah.
It does, yeah. It's a spectacle here. So Satone climbing slow and steady at the moment, making sure of these moves. He's about halfway through-ish at the moment. 3 minutes 48 on the clock. Looking very calm between these sequences. Oh, and a heel in underneath. So when you were training with him, what's his sort of preferred style, would you say?
Oh, that's difficult to tell. I mean, I think he's one of those athletes, like we just said. He made every single final. He's like a very good overall climber. Okay. Like I think that's what makes a really good league climber, is that obviously you have some strengths, but the most important thing is to not really have weaknesses.
Okay.
And I think that's what makes Satone also really good, that he doesn't really have a big weakness, whether it be endurance style or more bouldery style. I think he can be good in both, but I definitely see him on this route.
Oh, he's looking good so far. Those laces wrapped underneath the midsole. Into the pockets now. The Houdini swap is to come on that pocket on the left in the volume.
But I mean, yeah, like I said, Yannick would be more of the guy that wants like shorter, really powerful routes. Like he was telling me yesterday, that route was way too long, and like he wants a hard, powerful route. But now he ends up topping a really long endurance one again. So
yeah, I'd agree with you. It goes on, it winds around. So Tony really taking his time here. 2 minutes 16, it's enough time. I think he'd have to move fairly soon though. Doesn't want to run it down into the danger zone.
I mean, it didn't really seem like there were a lot of other rests after this point, so
this could be it, couldn't it? Well, he's made his mind up. He does launch. Here's the Houdini swap. Ooh, nearly. Just about saved that, and then a high foot, and he does start moving quickly. Is that quick draw? He does need to remember that. Where will he clip that from? Now, okay, so he's quite high on it.
Okay.
Bit awkward that. It's taken a couple of seconds to do it.
Because I mean, that was even the move Lee fell on. So.
Oh, that thumb underneath starting to be adjusted. Uber close shots showing all of the action here. So Tony looking good at the moment.
I think if you can make it in the press, it really helps. Then you're like using completely different muscles, and you're able to shake again. So let's see.
Oh, he loses the feet there. He tried to drop down, didn't.
Oh, nice.
Here is the press. So he starts to push away.
Yeah.
It's almost like they set that move up there, didn't they? It's pretty cool. All the clips are done from now on. He crosses in. I think he's going to do this. Left foot. He flips. He is going to get this done. Good stuff. Our second top of the round. So I think if you're fresh, obviously count back plays a part, but then we go to time if there's multiple draws across it. Because there were draws in semis as well for a few athletes, but I can't exactly.
Obviously, Neo can just secure the win. He was the only top yesterday, so if he tops this final route, he's going to win.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think there's any ties actually, because it goes down to qualification, and there were no ties there as well.
So we're not going to have a situation where we shared it like with Aaron and Shen.
Yeah.
So those are the Olympic rings.
That was crazy.
Have you got an Olympic ring tattoo, by the way?
I don't.
Are you going to?
I don't know. Maybe someday. Like, I would not want just that tattoo. Then I would like to get like a little more.
Okay, so you build it into a bigger design.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That could be cooler.
Yeah. All right. Well, Alberto launches through. We said he's in good shape. Let's see if he can perform here in Innsbruck. He does need to top things, though. There's the thumb catch in underneath. Good shot to show it's almost as small as the screws themselves. I thought this section would prove a bit more tricky, but everyone's dealt with it really well.
Yeah, I mean, what definitely plays a big role in this final now is the mental state of the athletes. It's just so different to climb a route if you know there have been tops, or even just that person before you top the route. It makes it mentally way more challenging, I would say. So yeah, Yannick had a little advantage in that regard.
Absolutely right. 4:28 on the clock now. Double clips in. Let's see how strong Alberto is. We know he's had to deal with quite a lot in his career, the ups and downs. So I think he's certainly got the experience to draw on here for a tricky round like this. Into the corner feature. That was a bit snatchy, but he's all right. And he will come up to the sort of, as you said, one of the only rests here on the route.
Yeah, I mean, often if you're like, there has been a top, you really want to rush through the start, like basically get it over with, get up there as fast as you can. But yeah, like I said, it's mentally difficult. So because obviously the start is still not like easy. We're not talking about like super easy down there. So you still need to keep it together, stay focused, and yeah, don't overrush it.
Yeah, it will be up into the high 8s if we had to grade it. It's almost impossible to grade comp routes, but to give you an idea at home. So none of this is easy. All right, Alberto approaching the point where he'll shake. Back in, by the way, I'm seeing centre for a stat. Back in 2012, in Innsbruck, 7 men got a top in that final. So we've seen more.
I was there, Matt. Yeah.
Oh, were you there for? Oh, yes, you are. You were second.
I was second. Yeah,
I've got you now. So mentally, how did you deal with that?
I thought about this final already.
Oh, but swap
right now, because yeah, it's probably one of the finals with the most amount of tops.
So did you struggle with it mentally? What did you do to pull through that moment?
I mean, yeah, I've been in a couple of finals with more than one top, I would say. So I've been in this situation a couple of times, and I just, yeah, they have never been enjoyable finals, I have to say.
Okay. So a lot for Alberto to deal with. Well, he's approaching the point.
Yeah, but he's looking good.
Yeah, he's looking good, isn't he? He takes a moment here just to fall back down. This is where Lee fell, or around this area. He's looking good. Right, big volume to come. There are jibs in there. They're hard to see from this shot, but you can just see the bits of chalk on there where he's got to grab. Not with the left hand. So once he gets stood up here into the press, everyone has cruised it from here onwards.
Come on, nice.
Okay, if he can just get...
He didn't get into the full press, like it was not as comfortable for him.
No, he hasn't hyped the crowd yet.
He's fighting.
Oh, he is twisting, turning.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's done it from here. He has done it from here, so he moves into the top spot with that one.
Nice job.
Wow, he is strong enough psychologically. Look at that deep breath he took there.
Yeah, you can see like it's not as emotional maybe as like